China Beach pageant.
The Emmy-winning China Beach.
Sunday.
You could get killed. Take the air and one to the press.
Okay. Is everybody on the inner city?
Bars are
All have checked in. Starting countdown. 10, 9,
Okay, stand by on the
8,
seal on C2.
7,
Diz to
6,
2.
5, 4, 3,
Okay, 10.
2, 1. 10 to the press. 10, 9, 8,
Okay, stand by
7,
on C1 and
6,
its cue.
5,
Diz
4,
to C1.
3, 2, 1.
Cue the press.
Last June 17th, while I was in Florida trying to get a few days' rest after my visit to Moscow, I first learned from news reports of the Watergate break-in. I was appalled at this senseless, illegal action, and I was shocked to learn that employees of the Re-Election Committee were apparently among those guilty. I immediately ordered an investigation by appropriate government authorities. On September 15th, as you will recall, indictments were brought against 7 defendants in the case. As the investigations went forward, I repeatedly asked those conducting the investigation whether there was any reason to believe that members of my administration were in any way involved. I received repeated assurances that they were not. Until March of this year, I remained convinced that the denials were true and that the charges of involvement by members of the White House staff were false. However, new information then came to me which persuaded me that there was a real possibility that some of these charges were true, and suggesting further that there had been an effort to conceal the facts, both from the public, from you, and from me. I was determined that we should get to the bottom of this matter, and that the truth should be fully brought out, no matter who was involved. Today, in one of the most difficult decisions of my presidency, I accepted the resignations of 2 of my closest associates, Bob Haldeman, John Ehrlich, 2 of the finest public servants it has been my privilege to know. I want to stress that in accepting these resignations, I mean to leave no implication whatever of personal wrongdoing on their part.
Get Mr. Bizarre at the Pentagon, please.
The counsel to the President, John Dean, has also resigned.
General Haig is calling. Is Mr. Bizarre in?
I have Mr. Bizarre for you on line 2.
Whatever may
Fred,
appear to have been the
Al
case
Haig.
before.
We need to talk. Can you come here this afternoon? I'll send a car for you.
Whatever improper activities may yet be
That's
discovered in connection with this whole
See you then.
sordid affair. I want the American people, I want you, to know beyond the shadow of a doubt that during my term as president, justice will be pursued fully, fairly, and impartially, no matter who is involved. This office is a sacred trust, and I am determined to be worthy of that trust. I want these to be the best days in America's history, because I love America. I deeply believe that America is the hope of the world, and I know that in the quality and wisdom of the leadership America gives lies the only hope for millions of people all over the world, that they can live their lives in peace and freedom. We must be worthy of that hope in every sense of the word. Tonight, I ask for your prayers to help me in everything that I do throughout the days of the presidency, to be worthy of their hopes and of yours. God bless America, and God bless each and every one of you.
You know Len Garman.
Yes, of course. How are you, Len?
Overworked.
I
can believe it.
We need your help, Fred. The Senate Watergate Committee begin their hearings in a few days' time. We need a special White House counsel to deal exclusively with the problems that arise from Watergate. The president agrees. The feeling is that you are the man for the job.
Well, what exactly would I have to do?
The president will tell you that himself. Len will remain as counsel to the president. Your assignment will be a temporary one, like mine. I'm only doing Bob Haldeman's job until the president finds a permanent replacement. Once we've gotten rid of Watergate, you go back to the Pentagon. It's going to be a long and bloody struggle. But we have got to put Watergate behind us so that we can get back to the things that really matter.
Well, okay. I'll do what I can.
Good. That's great. The president will want to see you this afternoon.
First of all, there's the Dean problem. John Dean is scheduled to appear before the Watergate Senate Committee next month. And he's already spreading stories all over town, trying to give the impression that I was somehow involved in the cover-up. No, this nonsense has got to be stopped. I can't have that man saying whatever the hell he wants to whoever cares to listen.
Does he have anything to back up these stories?
He says he has. Told Judge Sirica that he had removed certain documents from the White House to protect them from what he calls illegitimate destruction.
And where are these documents?
He's put them in a safe deposit box, given the keys to the judge. But that's no problem. We'll get copies of everything. Take a look. Come up with an explanation for them.
Right.
That's job number one, Fred. We need a totally convincing explanation for whatever's in those documents. Okay.
I'll do what I can, sir.
You'll do a great job, I'm sure of it. Remember this, Fred. The important thing is the presidency. It is our duty at all times to preserve and protect the integrity of this office. That must always be your main concern. Always.
Mr. President, like me, Kate Adams. Major Sanford. Mr. President, like me, Major Sanford.
Major, nice to see you this evening.
Mr. President, Alfred Captain Lottie. Mr. President, like me, Captain Lottie.
Captain, how are you? Nice to be with you.
Mr. President, like me,
On May 24th, my parents hosted a gala dinner in honor of the prisoners of war returning from Vietnam. It was the largest dinner ever given in the White House, and there was the electricity of excitement in the air. In a voice gravelly with age, yet strong in spirit, Irving Berlin led all of us in singing God Bless America.
I have examined the documents, sir. Basically, they're top secret plans relating to the expansion of domestic intelligence activities by the FBI, the CIA, and military intelligence units, dealing with surreptitious entries, wiretaps, mail surveillance, and so on. The documents were prepared by one of your aides.
Tom Houston, yeah. But he's left. He doesn't work here anymore.
It seems that you signed a paper agreeing with the Houston plan, and then 4 or 5 days later, you canceled it?
Listen, this happened several years ago, 1970. All those papers should have been sent back here. How the hell did Dean get a hold of them?
Presumably, one of the agencies involved disregarded your instructions.
I guess so. Well, it's not as bad as it might have been. I mean, the press has been inventing all sorts of fairy tales saying that Dean's documents would link Haldeman and Ehrlichman to Watergate.
Yes, I know.
And me. They were hoping to find something to nail on me. This stuff you're talking about, it's all relatively unimportant.
Yes, sir, but this sort of domestic intelligence gathering, it's clearly illegal.
Oh, I know. That's why it was canceled. Listen, we were looking for some kind of legitimate response to all the trouble that we had that year. 1970, remember? Arson, bombing, violence on the university campuses. God knows what else.
So what do we say?
Say?
If Dean decides to use this.
Oh, well, you just say that these ideas were considered but rejected because they weren't legally acceptable. Okay?
There is something else, sir.
What's that?
There's a memo of a conversation at the White House. I got this from the CIA. It seems to imply that you didn't want the FBI to pursue an inquiry into the source of the money paid to the Watergate burglars. It's a reference, a sum of $89,000 that was laundered through Mexico.
Uh-huh.
Memo says that Haldeman stated it was, quote, the president's wish, unquote, that the FBI should not pursue this matter.
Uh-huh.
Was Haldeman correct in saying that?
Oh, sure. Absolutely. It was a question of, you know, national security. There's a danger that we were trying to ensure that no CIA operations would be compromised. National security, Fred.
But there's no denying the fact that the White House and Ehrlichman, Haldeman, Dean, we're all involved in some of the early money decisions.
How much money do you need?
I would say these people are going to cost $1 million over the next 2 years.
We could get that. You, on the money, if you need the money, I mean, you could get the money. Let's say...
Well, I think that we're going...
What I mean is, you could get $1 million, and you could get it in cash. I know where it could be gotten. I mean, it's not easy, but it could be done. But the question is, who the hell would handle it?
I don't know. It looks like a bunch of old timber. Take a break, guys. I'll make a phone call.
Hello? You found what? No, don't move it. I'll be right there.
Wow, it's not smashed by the time we get there.
Cancel your plans for the weekend.
All they care about is getting their dumb buildings up.
Don't worry, I'll call my old professor in Seattle.
Professor Cornell?
Please, can you make this quick? I can't afford to stop right now, okay?
It's definitely not a building. We've got a major find here. Yeah, hey, take a look.
Right.
And so I want you to take a picture of it.
Jan Chenard will bless you.
The two worlds of archaeology and architecture seem to have collided today.
And they've only given me until Monday to find out more.
They can't do that. I'll call Washington.
AT&T. Because of what may be a major discovery.
It's Washington.
An 18th century ship unearthed by construction crews.
I can give you 10 days.
I'm Patty Lopez. The place is literally crawling with activity. And from what I understand, time is limited.
A pipe. That could be Dutch.
Right. So what are you going to do with that, like when you get back?
Well, put it all together. And
Have you been doing this long?
no. It's all in here. It's definitely Dutch.
Well preserved.
We're getting there, but we need more.
No, we're trying. Showing its face. Its face.
A bow and arrow. That's it.
The figurehead was the final clue to this mystery. Reporting live from Lower Manhattan.
We now return to AT&T Presents The Final Days.
Former presidential counsel John W. Dean III has told Senate investigators and federal prosecutors that he discussed aspects of the Watergate cover-up with President Nixon or in Mr. Nixon's presence on at least 35 occasions between January and April of this year. You saw this?
I read that, yeah.
Okay. Ron Ziegler's on his way over. Well, I've listened to some of the other tapes. We've always had a problem with that damn conversation of March 21st, but I think we can handle that.
I'm glad you listened to those tapes. It's good for your own peace of mind.
As you know, we're up against ruthless people.
No, this puts us in very good shape now. We can prepare a proper response. Maybe we can release our own version of the events through Bazart.
Well, Fred doesn't know about the taping system.
No, he knows about the taping capability on the phones, but that's it.
All right. No further. We can put out a story to the effect that Fred has memcoms, chronologies, telephone recordings, all that sort of stuff. Oh, hi, Ron. Come on in. We're discussing the Dean stuff in the Washington Post. You've heard my summary of the tapes. How did it strike you? Was Dean telling me there was a cover-up?
Not at all. But Dean knew.
Of course he knew it. He knew all of this. I mean, God. Maybe we were talking about a cover-up. Watergate. I really didn't. I didn't know what the hell. I honestly didn't know.
You'll talk to Bazart?
Yeah. I'll talk to him.
I spoke to the president.
Yeah. How was that?
Okay. Not wonderful, but okay. He's been through his notes of about 20 key meetings and phone conversations with Dean.
And?
Well, there are contradictions.
Well.
I suppose that's inevitable, but it appears that some of the president's key advisors and aides could be implicated in the cover-up.
What about the March 21st conversation?
Money was mentioned, that's for sure. You know, to buy silence. The president says he told Dean that it was blackmail, that it was wrong, that it wouldn't work, that the truth had come out anyway.
Mm-hmm. Do you think Dean has a case?
Maybe. What he can do, what he almost certainly will do, is to tell the world about his White House. The wiretappings, the burglaries, the money laundering, and all the rest of it.
Did you say this to the president?
I did. He said the Kennedy and Johnson administrations were far worse.
He's right, you know. What's happened in this administration happened in spades in others. Can we talk later? Hi, Doreen, how are you?
Fine, thank you.
Any messages?
Yeah, Mr. Cox called. Could you call him back?
I have a problem here, Mr. Bazart. Shortly after I was appointed special prosecutor, I spoke to the Assistant Attorney General Peterson, who told me about a conversation he had with the President about John Dean and the allegations he has made to the federal prosecutors. During the course of this conversation, the President said, "I have Dean on tape," implying that this tape recording could prove that he, the President, was not involved in the cover-up.
Now, hang on just a minute. The president was talking to Henry Peterson, right?
Right.
And the president said, I have Dean on tape.
That's right. Do you know if this conversation between the president and John Dean could have been tape recorded?
No, I do not.
Well, perhaps you could clarify this for me, Mr. Bizarre.
Yes, sure. I'll look into it.
No, Peterson's got it all wrong. He misunderstood me. I was referring to a dictabelt, not a tape recording. I often dictate a summary of the events at the end of each day. That's what I meant, Fred. That's what I was talking about. Peterson misunderstood me.
Mr. Brezhnev's plane landed at Andrews Air Force Base on the afternoon of June 16th. And shortly thereafter, we began the series of talks known as Summit 2. On the following Tuesday, Henry Kissinger and I boarded helicopters and flew to Camp David to continue our discussions with the Soviet leader. I presented Mr. Brezhnev with an official gift commemorating his American visit, a dark blue Lincoln Continental donated by the manufacturer. It had black velour upholstery and a special good wishes greeting engraved on the dashboard.
Это мне подарок.
This is a gift for me?
Lincoln Continental.
Lincoln Continental.
О, спасибо.
Thank you. Thank you.
Это прекрасная машина.
This is a very fine machine.
Oh, yes, it's the best.
Good, хорошо. Это очень хорошая машина.
It's very nice.
Does he like the color?
Нравится цвет?
Потому что это синий, это мой любимый.
It is his very favorite color,
Yes,
blue.
midnight blue. Midnight blue.
Синий.
Да, я люблю синий.
Bulletproof.
Машина брони.
Точная машина. Спасибо. Спасибо.
Brezhnev, collector of luxury cars, did not attempt to conceal his delight. He insisted upon trying it out immediately. He got behind the wheel and enthusiastically motioned me into the passenger seat. The head of the Secret Service detail went pale as I climbed in, and we took off down one of the narrow roads that run around the perimeter of Camp David. This is not such a good section here. Brezhnev was used to unobstructed driving in the center lane in Moscow, and I could only imagine what would happen if a Secret Service or Navy Jeep had suddenly turned a corner into that narrow road. I would take it a little easy.
No, don't worry, не бойтесь, я не первый день за рулем. В этом отношении все хорошо.
See the sign? Just a little easier. It's very, very...
Я люблю вот когда...
No, please.
Дорога очень красивая.
Yeah, I would slow down. I would take it a little slower.
Да. И машина дорога.
Mr. Brezhnev, I would...
No. Don't worry.
No. Slow down.
Я люблю быстрее.
This is a bad section. Take it easy here. There's a ball coming up. Slow down.
Отличная машина. Очень хорошо дорогу держит.
This is a very fine automobile. It holds the road very well.
Yes, you're an excellent driver. I would have never been able to take that turn at the speed we were traveling.
Вы превосходный водитель. Я бы никогда не смог сделать этот поворот при вашей скорости.
Спасибо.
Thank you.
I'm super driver.
Mr. General Secretary says he's super driver.
No,
super driver.
He's joking. He's joking.
Я люблю посмеяться. Super driver. Какой я driver? Super driver.
How could he say he's super driver?
No modern president could have been less equipped by nature for political life. Painfully shy, Nixon dreaded meeting new people. Only the anonymity of large approving crowds could make him feel secure. Few men so needed to be loved and were so shy about the grammar of love.
Now, Mr. Dean, let's move on to something else. Did you discuss any aspects of the Watergate at that meeting with the President on September 15th? In other words, did you tell him anything about what Haldeman knew or what Ehrlichman knew?
Well, given the fact that he told me I'd done a good job, I assumed he was very pleased with what had been going on.
Did you discuss the cover-up money that was being raised and paid?
No, sir.
Did you discuss the fact of an aide bringing wiretap information to Mr. Haldeman?
No, I did not.
Did you discuss Haldeman instructing his aide to destroy all these materials?
No, I did not.
Did you discuss the CIA cover-up idea?
Did not.
In other words, your whole thesis on saying that the President of the United States knew about Watergate on September 15th is purely an impression. There isn't a single shred of evidence that came out of this meeting
Senator,
that he knew anything about it.
Senator, I don't have a thesis. I'm reporting the facts as I am able to recall them truthfully to this committee.
You know what?
What?
Nixon's right. It's legally inconclusive.
What is?
Dean's account of the president's involvement in this Watergate thing, this cover-up. It sounds authentic, but it rests entirely on his own recollection of events.
So?
So there's no documentation. And without documentation, Dean's story can't be corroborated.
Maybe they'll find someone. You know, someone...
No, not a chance. No, there's only a few witnesses left, clerks, secretaries, and so on. They'll be interviewed by the Watergate staff. That's just routine. But nobody expects them to come up with corroboration or proof. Without that, there's nothing. It's the end of the road.
There's one hell of a pain in my chest.
It's viral pneumonia. He's going to have to stay here for about a week. Above all, he needs rest and plenty of sleep.
Mr. Butterfield, you resigned your commission from the Air Force to work for Mr. Haldeman. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
And what was the name or title of this job?
Deputy Assistant to the President.
Now, we received this account from the White House of the conversations between the President and Mr. Dean. Would you look at that? Can you suggest where such an account might have originated?
Where did you get this?
Mr. Bazard provided it to the committee. Could that have come from, say, someone's notes?
No, it seems too detailed.
Dean indicated that there may have been some facility for taping. He said that on April 15th, in the President's EOB office, he had the impression that he was being taped. Is it possible that Dean knew what he was talking about?
No, Dean didn't know about it. But that's where this must have come from. There are tapes in each of the president's offices. It's kept by the Secret Service, and there are only 4 men who know about it. Dean had no way of knowing about it. He was just guessing.
Oh, why in God's name did he do it?
Well, I don't think he realized the full significance of what he was saying.
Well, I can't believe that. Look, first, tell Fred Bizarre to write a letter, a formal letter, to the Watergate committee, saying that the system, the taping system, is the same as, similar. He'd better say similar to the one used by the previous administration.
Right.
And then get it disconnected. Wires, microphones, every damn thing.
Fred was wondering, he would like permission to review the tapes.
No. You tell him no.
Well, he thinks the prosecutor is going to want those tapes for evidence, and Fred thinks he should listen to them.
No. Never. Never. No one is going to hear those tapes. No one.
Couple black coffee.
John?
Too much light on her. Okay, thanks. Hi, Tim.
Dan got sick. You're going to Paris.
Paris? To cover the bicentennial?
AT&T International.
Doing here, they're blocking off streets all over Paris. My flight gets in at 7:15 a.m. Yeah, look, I'll fax you all the details, but can you take care of my press credentials?
Tim, look who we forgot. What are we going to tell him? I can't believe you folks actually got married in Paris. It was right around Bastille Day.
Hey, 1939, 50 years ago. I mean, they were there. This is Paris, and I'm Tim Harris reporting. And down below, the Horse Guards are forming for the Bastille Day Parade. Alain, pan with the president right here. Colonel, are you setting the route for the parade, or are you in the parade? I am in the parade. Nice, big, establishing shot of the whole cathedral. And then I want to get some interesting shots of it.
AT&T USA Direct, can I help?
Honey, I just had this incredible idea. What if I find the restaurant in the wedding photo?
Wait a minute, this thing doesn't have any name on the restaurant.
That's all right, I'll find it. Just fax me the photo.
We'll watch for you on the news tonight. Big shot.
We're at the Bastille, where it all happened 200 years ago. Behind me is a gala that was billed as the greatest ball in the world. Can you guys make it? That's for you. Okay. John, I'll call you. Pardon, monsieur. Oui. Church. Avec restaurant ici. Kathy, no luck on the restaurant. Can you find any of the pictures? Call me as soon as you can, would you? Monsieur Bernardin, you've had an outstanding success. Monsieur Tarai, tell us about your special bicentennial menu.
Is that it?
Ooh, yes. Bingo.
Okay, hold on. Hello.
John, look, you're going to have to cut me a bigger hole back there. I'm getting some incredible stuff. Hi, honey, what's up?
I found a picture of the church next to the restaurant.
Great. Now fax it to me right away, okay?
Mom, I know how to do this. Hey.
Well, I guess we're all set here, so would you put John on? This is kind of fun. I've never used one of these things before.
C'est par là.
Là?
Alors, quel souvenir. Yes, this is my father, and this is me, the little boy.
Charles, it's Tim.
Hi, Dad. Hi, Tim. Well, hang on. I've got Kathy on a conference call with us. Kathy, you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Now, you know, Dad, I wouldn't miss your anniversary for anything. We want to take you and Mom to dinner. Just a little place. French. Okay, go ahead and give her a kiss, Dad. Go ahead, shush it. Great.
I'm so glad you made that call.
AT&T Long Distance. No one else gives you this remarkable power to manage your world. No one.
Thank you for using AT&T.
Wednesday.
Maybe I should get out of your way, Doctor.
Maybe. Duke, we're libido slaves
to something that's bigger than all of us.
David, did you take out the trash?
Doogie Howser, MD. Yeah.
You went like this, and the rest is history.
I used sex?
Not sex. Those.
Anything but love.
We return now to AT&T Presents The Final Days.
Oh, welcome home, Mr. President.
Thank you, Fred. How are you, Ollie?
Fine, Mr. President.
Archibald Cox wants to see those tapes, Mr. President.
Has he asked for them?
No, not yet, but he will.
Okay. We'll refuse. Executive privilege.
Well, it's not as simple as that, sir. Those tapes are evidence. Evidence in a criminal prosecution.
No. That's enough. Thank you, Ollie.
Now, as special prosecutor, Cox is in a very powerful position. You refuse to hand over those tapes and a subpoena could...
I don't give a hoot in hell about Archibald Cox and those subpoenas and all of this criminal prosecution stuff. What we're talking about is infinitely more important. Now listen to me, Fred. No outsider can possibly comprehend the breadth of the intimate material that is on those tapes. They contain the private thoughts and comments, not only of the president, but of foreign leaders, congressmen, my staff, my own family. For God's sake, if I were to break the confidence of those who have unburdened themselves in my office, I would shatter the presidency. And not just my presidency, but for all my successors as well. Now, this decision is a matter of the highest principle. Those tapes contain the very essence of the presidency. You must understand this, Fred.
Yes, well, obviously the president's private conversations must be protected. You're right. We'll have to claim executive privilege. There's no alternative.
Yep.
I have Attorney General Richardson on line 2, sir.
Okay, put him through. Elliot.
Good morning, Al.
How are you today?
I'm fine, thank you.
Good.
Al, listen, I'd like to see you if you have any free time tomorrow. Is that possible? Won't take long.
Let me see. What about 2:30 tomorrow afternoon? That be any good?
Yes, that's fine. 2:30.
Okay. See you then.
So it looks like the president is refusing to turn over the subpoenaed tapes.
Well, he's leaning that way. I told him when I raised the possibility of handing over the tapes, he lost his temper. Swore he'd resign first. Makes you wonder what's on those tapes.
Yes, I wondered that too.
I've never seen him so worked up. Never. Elliot, do me a favor. Tell Archibald Cox to back off a bit. Not to be so inflexible.
I can't do that.
Try, Elliot. There is a real danger that the president will fire Cox if he's not reined in.
I don't want a confrontation, Al.
Neither do I. But if we have to have a confrontation, I guess we'll have it.
There's something else you should know. It has nothing to do with Watergate. Do you remember I told you about the federal prosecutors in Baltimore that were investigating the vice president's financial affairs?
Yeah, some vague allegations about illegal payoffs.
Well, there's rather more to it than that. The allegations are extremely serious. Conspiracy, extortion, bribery, tax fraud.
What?
Well, it's potentially indictable on more than 40 counts.
What about Agnew? What does he say?
Well, he's very bitter about it. He says it's a political vendetta. But the case against him looks, well, bad, to say the least.
How bad?
Cut and dried.
Well, thanks, Elliot. That's all we need.
Hi, Rose. How are you today?
Fine, thank you, sir.
Listen, about these subpoenaed tapes. I think it might be a good idea if we prepared some kind of transcript. Not a complete transcript. That would take forever. But, you know, some kind of summary. What do you think?
Yes, I could do that.
Just the conversation subpoenaed by the special prosecutor, okay? You're a fast typist. Shouldn't take long.
Yes, sir.
On Saturday, October 6th, we received a cable from our ambassador in Tel Aviv, reporting that Syria and Egypt were in a final countdown for war. It was Yom Kippur, the Day of Atonement, the one day of the year when Israel was least able to defend itself. It was hard for me to believe that the Egyptians and Syrians would have moved without the knowledge of the Soviets, if not without their direct encouragement. Four days later, on October 10th, Ted Agnew resigned. The federal court in Baltimore sentenced him to 3 years probation and a $10,000 fine. I wrote him a letter in which I said, I have been saddened by this whole course of events, and I hope that you and your family will be sustained in the days ahead by a well-justified pride in all that you have contributed to the nation.
Okay, Elliot, here's the plan. The president will personally listen to the subpoenaed tapes, and then he will supervise the preparation of transcripts that will be handed to the court as a substitute for the tapes themselves. How do you feel about that, Elliot?
I'll tell you one thing, the special prosecutor will never agree.
Well, the hell with Cox. You know how the president feels about him. If he objects, he'll have to go.
Go?
He'll be fired. I remember warning you of this.
If you're worried about the authentication of the transcript, that's all taken care of. Now, we've spoken to Senator Stennis. He's going to make a comparison between the transcripts and the tapes. Then we'll present his authenticated version to the court. That should keep everybody happy.
Have you spoken to the prosecutor about this?
Will you stop worrying about Cox, for God's sake? The president is offering a perfectly reasonable compromise, and if Cox objects, he'll have to go. Am I right?
That's right.
As you all know, there has been and is evidence, not proof perhaps in some instances, but clearly prima facie evidence of serious wrongdoing on the part of high government officials. Wrongdoing involving an effort to cover up other wrongdoing. Last night we were told that the court order would not be obeyed, and that the papers, memoranda, and documents of that kind would not be provided at all. And that instead of the tapes, a summary of what they showed would be provided. The other main part of the president's statement said that I would be instructed not to use the judicial process in order to obtain tapes, documents, and memoranda relating to other presidential conversations. Now, this instructs me not to pursue what would be the normal course of a prosecutor's duty in conducting this kind of an investigation. I think these instructions are inconsistent with pledges that were made to the United States Senate and through the Senate to the American people before I was appointed and before Attorney General Richardson's nomination was confirmed. Now, for me to comply with these instructions would violate my solemn pledge to the Senate and to the country to invoke judicial process to challenge exaggerated claims of executive privilege. I will not violate that promise.
Okay. Tell Elliot Richardson to fire him now. Elliot, I want you to delay your decision to resign.
I'm sorry, sir, that's not possible.
I need to show strength. Brezhnev would never understand if I didn't fire Cox after all of this.
I'm sorry, Mr. President.
Yes, I'm sorry, too.
I'm sorry you feel you have to act on your commitment to Cox and his independence, and not to the larger public interests.
Maybe your perception and my perception of the public interest differ.
I know many of you are on deadline. I have a brief statement to give you at this time. President Nixon has tonight discharged Archibald Cox, special prosecutor in the Watergate case. Before taking this action, the president met this evening with Attorney General Richardson. The Attorney General, on hearing of the president's decision, felt obliged to resign as he felt the discharge of Mr. Cox to be inconsistent with his confirmation and the conditions thereof at the Senate. As the Deputy Attorney General, Mr. William Ruckelshaus, refused to carry out the president's explicit directive to discharge Mr. Cox, he, like Mr. Cox, has been discharged to further duties, effective immediately.
Oh, good morning, Congressman. No, that's all right. We're all up. Here he comes.
When? Friday? You're kidding. Vicky, do you speak Russian? We got company coming. We got to get the word out.
Let's get that Russian story on page 1.
Chief, you better take a look at this.
Is that for real? He's kidding, right?
Order me some Russian flags. 1,500. No, make it 2,500.
Patty Stevens quoted here. Says he's coming here to try our apple pie.
Yeah, they were here.
They were?
Yeah, they interviewed everybody.
KGB.
Mr. Andreevich, we ought to consider closing the schools for that.
I'll call and get a car.
Pull that directly to your account.
A happy party of 2.
Why Hamilton? I see you're staying put for 2 nights.
Yes, that's correct. Oh, that kid wrote him a letter, right?
How's your storytelling? Are we going to make the deadline?
You're there for you.
And we're bringing into Hamilton on this route.
That's very good.
First Russian facts I've ever seen.
One thing on my ankle.
Big Bear's on his way.
Watch that lens.
How do I look?
Oh, you look
Great.
magnificent.
Которое происходит сегодня на улицах этого маленького европейского американца.
Here comes the band.
AT&T presents The Final Days will continue in a moment.
Tuesday's terrific for Mom.
Don't start with me. Oh, I'm shaking in my pump.
Who's the boss, then?
They seem awfully roomy in the crotch.
Attention shoppers. Plenty of room in Kevin Arnold's crotch.
On the Wonder Years and...
You might end up being the main course.
Get into the Fright Night spirit with Roseanne, then stay tuned for Chicken Soup.
Why are you all alone, sweetheart?
My mommy's in the bushes.
First, it's Who's the Boss and the Wonder Years. Then Roseanne and Chicken Soup have a terrific Halloween too.
Hello, I'm Rob Jennings for Action News. Philadelphia's Holmesburg Prison remains in a lockdown tonight following that 4-hour riot that left 150 inmates and guards injured. Details at 11.
If the only thing exciting about your car is a $1,000 repair job, and your warranty ran out months ago,
Shift to Pontiac excitement. The 1990 Grand Am. With full 48-month, 4.8 APR GMAC financing, you can buy a brand new Grand Am LE Coupe for just $199 a month. $199 a month. Shift to Pontiac excitement. See why Pontiac outsells all the imports. See your Pontiac pace setters now.
When my mommy had my little sister, it was the worst day of my life. Everybody was saying how cute you were. Then Mommy called me from the hospital. And she said she wanted to know who would look out for you. So I said I would. Lucky for you, you got me.
Call your baby tonight.
And considering all the people we serve, all the places we go, and all the times we go there, it would take a lot of airlines to be U.S. Air. U.S. Air, America's most frequent flyer.
Oprah explores racial tension in New York City tomorrow.
Return now to AT&T presents The Final Days.
Okay, Fred. Where do we go from here?
Well, options are scarce, sir. We can either defy the court order to turn over the tapes, or we can comply.
Any other alternatives?
Not really. If we don't turn over the tapes, Judge Sirica will almost certainly order a hearing, which means your attorneys will have to go into court and argue why the president should not be held in contempt. That could be an ugly situation.
Yep.
Outright defiance could lead to, well, it could end in impeachment.
Yep. Well, at least we got rid of Cox. Huh? So what are you saying, Fred? You're saying we have no choice?
Not really. However, there is a positive side to this. Turning over the tapes could have real shock value. It would show everybody that Cox was not fired because of damaging information on those tapes.
That's right.
Turning them over would be precisely what nobody would expect.
Okay. Comply.
Sir, Lem Garment says that some of the tapes are missing.
Is that true? Have you checked?
Frankly, it's pretty hard to check on anything. There's no real index or storage system. Everything seems to be in a hell of a mess.
Well, look, maybe we got the dates mixed up or something. Is it really important?
The April 15th tape is extremely important. We can't find either the tape or the dictabelt you mentioned.
You mean,
The one you mentioned in the conversation with Henry Peterson, remember? You said you had Dean on tape. You told me it was a dictabelt. We talked about it.
Oh, yeah. So it's been lost. These things happen.
Sir, the point is, I have to testify before Judge Sirica next week. It'd look bad if the court were told that both the tape and the dictabelt for that particular date were gone missing.
Okay. Don't testify. I'll invoke attorney-client privilege.
I don't think that's a good idea.
Why not?
It's bad enough me being dragged into court. To invoke attorney-client privilege would just add fuel to this whole cover-up thing.
Why don't we make a new dictabelt?
Sir,
I've got some notes somewhere. My own personal notes. We can use those. It shouldn't be too difficult.
Sir, that would be manufacturing evidence. We don't want to get involved in that.
No, you're right. Okay, fine. Keep looking for the tapes. Okay? They should be around somewhere.
Mr. Bizarre, did you have personal knowledge of the existence of a tape recording made by the president, dictated by him, following the meeting with John Dean on the 15th of April?
I will answer it this way, Mr. Benveniste. I had never seen such.
You had never seen such?
I had never seen such.
Now, as a matter of fact, there is no dictabelt conversation of the president's recollections of his meeting with Mr. Dean. Isn't that so?
Now, that is correct. We have not been able to locate one.
Apologies, but we've got to talk.
What's the problem? Well, I was sitting back at the office, and I was wondering what the hell we're going to do next. And I suddenly said to myself, this is ridiculous. We are in an impossible situation. We're trying to defend a man who does absolutely nothing to help us. We need answers. He won't give us any.
Here you go, gentlemen.
There. We need evidence to defend him. All we get is excuses. Now, we cannot go on like this. I agree. I mean, I keep telling myself that I'm defending the presidency. But the point is, by defending Richard Nixon, are we in fact harming the presidency? I mean, just look at this situation objectively. 44 separate bills have been introduced in Congress, all of them relating to Watergate, half of them calling for an impeachment investigation. Now, how can we as lawyers justify what we're trying to do here?
Now, Fred, stop blaming yourself. If anyone's to blame, it's the president. He's at the center of everything. We've got time bombs everywhere. Some of them already gone off, others are just laying there ticking. And there's nothing we can do about it.
There's plenty we can do about it. We can talk to him. No more time wasting. We can fly down to Florida and see him tomorrow evening.
That wouldn't make us very popular. He's supposed to be having a rest.
Then, God's sake, this country is in a state of virtual revolution. We can't just stand by and do nothing. We've got to talk to him right now.
And say what?
Tell it like it is. Tell him straight. Lay it on the line. Trying to say anything. I am telling you that the president...
Don't bother, I've heard this before.
Ron, you better listen to this. This is the truth. It's about time we all faced it.
Don't give me that. It's just panic.
You just lost your nerve. Okay, we're scared. So should you be. We've done everything we can to defend the president. Now we have to protect ourselves. That includes you and Al. If we don't handle this very carefully, we could all be cited for obstruction of justice.
That's just nonsense. I mean, all that stuff about the president suggesting we make a new dictabill, that wasn't a serious proposal. He was just thinking out loud.
How do you know that? How do we know what to believe?
Okay. So, what's the bottom line?
It's our recommendation that the president resign.
God.
What? You're not serious.
Yes, we are.
How the hell can you come to that conclusion? He wasn't being serious about a new dictabelt, for God's sake. God knows how many outrageous ideas he comes up with, then he makes a decision. That's the way he operates. Now, you know that,
Ron,
Fred.
it's not just the dictabelt.
Wiretaps, breaking and entering, interfering with the FBI, not to mention all the financial stuff, the income tax problem, God knows what else. The water is full of sharks.
Man, come on. You know that hounding the president's become the national mania.
That's right. That's right. It's just panic. Resignation is absolutely out of the question.
No, Ron, you can't say that. It's an option we have to consider.
And so has the president.
Right.
Let's be practical. We haven't got a vice president. We can't do anything until Jerry Ford is confirmed by the Congress.
That's only a matter of days.
Okay, fine. Let's say we recommend that Nixon resign. Do you have any idea what the impact will be on foreign policy? The Middle East could blow up into a major crisis. Do you really think that Jerry Ford is experienced enough to handle that?
Now listen, Al. Watergate has crippled the president. It's crippled his capacity to lead.
What's happened to everyone's sense of loyalty? It's not your job to judge these matters.
We don't want the president to go out and hang himself. We just want him to understand the reality of the situation.
You're both turning against him.
That's not true.
Ron, look at the facts, will you? The president's position, it's absurd. His explanations aren't being bought by the judge, the special prosecutor, the public. Even the traditional Nixon supporters on the Hill aren't buying any of it. Now, I know there's no immediate solution to this, but the least we can do is tell the man the bad news. The situation is perilous.
Okay, here's what we'll do. I will go to him and tell him why you're in Florida and why you want to see him. Okay?
Okay.
The president doesn't want to see you. I'm sorry. I told him why you came, and I said that it isn't a question of your doubting his innocence, just his chances of survival. He's in deep depression, Fred. He doesn't want to see anyone. He doesn't want to talk to anyone. I'm sorry. I know how you feel. Anyway, there is a feeling that we need to establish a kind of damage-limiting operation.
What does that mean?
Well, it means that someone needs to listen to the subpoenaed tapes to make an assessment. The president wants you to do it. I know. It's going to be one hell of a job.
I thought he said he didn't want anybody listening to those tapes but him.
Times have changed. Since those tapes are going to Judge Sirica, we need an analysis of each conversation so that we can make the appropriate claim for executive privilege. I wish there were someone else to do it, Fred, but there's not.
The reason I thought we ought to talk this morning is because in our conversations, I have the impression that you don't know everything I know.
That's right.
And it makes it very difficult for you to make judgments that only you can make.
That's right.
On some of these things, and I thought that...
in other words, I've got to know why you feel that's something...
Well,
that we shouldn't unravel something.
Let me give you my overall first.
In other words, your judgment as to where it stands and where we go now.
I think that there's no doubt about the seriousness of the problem we have a cancer within, close to the presidency, that's growing. It's growing daily. It's compounding. It grows geometrically now because it compounds itself. That'll be clear as I explain, you know, some of the details of why it is. And it basically is because, one, we're being blackmailed. Two, people are going to start perjuring themselves very quickly that have not had to perjure themselves to protect other people down the line. And that is just... And there is no assurance
that it won't bust.
That won't bust.
Monsieur, there is some confusion about one of the tapes.
Which one?
June 20th.
Is that the one Rosemary Woods told me about?
Yeah, what did she say?
Well, as I understand it, there were two conversations for that date. One between the president and John Ehrlichman, and the other between the president and Bob Haldeman. And apparently, Rosemary can't find the Haldeman conversation.
Yeah, well, what happened, seems she accidentally erased it.
She must have pressed the wrong button or something. Anyway, whatever happened, she erased about 4 minutes, 4.5 minutes. Just, you know, wiped it out.
Well, I don't think that should be a real problem. As I recall, the subpoena didn't even mention a Haldeman tape.
Yeah, well, that's what I thought too.
But I'll check it out just in case. You've been misinformed, sir, about the length of that erasure. It's substantially more than 4.5 minutes.
How much more?
18 minutes, at least.
18? Are you sure about that?
I've checked and rechecked. And there's something else. I had another look at the subpoena. It seems to me that the erased conversation is part of the subpoenaed material.
Damn it, Fred, how could we be confused about this?
I don't know.
Just a minute. Let's get this straight. You're saying the stuff that's been erased is part of, you mean it's subpoenaed material? All of it, the whole conversation?
I think so, yes, sir.
Do you have any idea what's on that tape?
No, sir, I do not. Can you remember?
Must be a simple explanation for this, Al. Maybe some technical fault with the equipment. 18 minutes is a hell of a long time. Must be either a technical fault or an accident.
There's another thing. There are two separate erasures.
What do you mean?
There's a buzz indicating the first 4.5-minute erasure. Then there's a pitch change indicating a second separate erasure.
Perhaps the conversation can be recovered. electronically, something like that.
No, I doubt it. Frankly, sir, this could be very serious.
What the hell do you expect me to do about it?
First thing we need is some expert advice, someone who really knows tape recorders. We'll get on that straight away.
Yep, right.
Maybe we could talk to Bob Haldeman. He might have made notes during that conversation.
Okay, fine. Do that.
And we should tell Judge Sirica and the special prosecutor.
Tell him what?
I don't think...
Better we tell them before they find out.
Very serious matter, Mr. Bizarre.
Yes, Your Honor, very serious.
And you say that the label on the box containing the tape indicates that Mr. Haldeman was talking with the president?
Yes, sir.
And that there is an obliteration of the voices for approximately 18 minutes?
Yes, sir.
Furthermore, it doesn't appear from what you know at this point that obliteration could have been accidental.
No, sir. The circumstance is even a little worse than that, Your Honor.
I don't see how it could be worse.
We have found Mr. Haldeman's notes of that meeting. They consisted of 2 legal pads of paper. The notes reflect that the discussion was about Watergate.
The matter will have to be made public. I shall order an immediate inquiry in open court.
Did you know that if you're not using AT&T and your 800 number goes out, it could be down for hours? If it does, to your customers, you're out of business. And all you can do about it is sit around and wait.
Hi, how may I help you?
But if you use AT&T 800 service, you get the AT&T 800 assurance policy. If your 800 number is ever down for any reason, only AT&T guarantees to get you back in business within an hour. The choice is yours. Keep your customers coming through on the most reliable network in the world. Or take the chance that someday things might get so quiet. Reliability, another AT&T advantage.
1964. America welcomed the British music invasion. A hot new car took its first spin. And AT&T introduced a telephone that set new standards in design and technology. Today, you're invited to come see the new Trimline phones and other innovative products we've made for you during the AT&T Trimline Telephone Silver Anniversary Celebration at your AT&T phone center. Then and now, AT&T, the right choice.
Tuesday, it's pleasure before business.
Do you think you could get away for an early lunch?
There's a little place across the street. Serves great salad.
This is not what I had in mind.
Yeah, I can go to lunch. Absolutely.
30-something.
Hey, boss.
Tuesday.
Find out about Fergie, the Duchess of York.
I'm a little wild.
Movie queen Kathleen Turner.
I never wanted to get involved with another actor.
And a prince of a guy, Ted Danson.
I'm sweating profusely, so I guess the answer is yes.
The all-new Barbara Walters special Wednesday night.
We now return to AT&T Presents The Final Days.
For almost 6 months, there have been rumors of my father's private gain from public office, ranging from the story that he may have used $1 million in campaign funds to buy San Clemente, to Newsweek's contention that Tricia may have improperly filed her income tax returns because of my father's manipulation of family property. By the end of November, My father reached the conclusion that the only way to quell these ugly rumblings was to allow the Joint Congressional Committee on Internal Revenue Taxation to review his tax returns.
I was telling Ron that this is a little bit like walking into the lion's den. I have made my mistakes, but in all my years of public life, I have never profited from public service. I have earned every cent. And in all my years of public life, I have never obstructed justice. And I think, too, that I could say that in my years of public life, too, that I have welcomed this kind of examination. Because the people have got to know whether or not their president is a crook. Well, I am not a crook. I have earned everything I've got.
As I understand it, Miss Woods, the president had asked you to transcribe some of the tapes, and you were doing that in your office at the White House. Is that correct?
Yes.
How did you operate the tape recording machine?
By pushing either the buttons on the machine itself or by operating a foot pedal.
Would you tell this inquiry what happened when you got to the beginning of the conversation between the president and Mr. Haldeman?
Well, I was listening to the tape when the telephone rang. I pushed the record button instead of the stop button. I suppose I must have left my foot on the pedal during the telephone conversation.
And that's what caused this erasure?
You can call it an erasure. I call it a gap.
Miss Woods, how long was this telephone conversation?
About 4 or 5 minutes.
The erasure lasts longer than 18 minutes.
Yes.
How do you explain the difference?
I can't explain it. I almost panicked when I realized what had happened, but I don't think I could admit to doing anything wrong. I'm most dreadfully sorry, Your Honor.
I'm sorry to interrupt your vacation, Mr. St. Clair, but we need to discuss a matter of greatest importance. There's a feeling that the president is going to need the services of a good criminal lawyer. I'll be frank with you. And there is no doubt the president has discussed some very unseemly matters, but he is not, nor has he been, involved in any overtly illegal acts. I truly believe that. Nevertheless, I am advised that a man can be charged as a member of a conspiracy simply for taking part in discussions that lead to the criminal acts of others. For that reason, we need the advice and the experience of a first-class criminal lawyer. Things are in a shambles here. And I truly believe that men such as yourself should be willing to abandon their lucrative law practices for a while to take the president's case. The salary is $42,000 a year.
Well, it's a challenge. I welcome General Haig. I appreciate the gravity of the situation, but I have every confidence that I can handle it, and handle it well.
Because my father's will to fight and to survive was a major factor in the unfolding Watergate drama, the press was scrutinizing his actions as if he were beneath a magnifying glass. One of the White House press aides was asked if the president was using drugs or seeing a psychiatrist and whether or not he still believed in prayer. The drinking rumors were the most persistent, perhaps because it seemed he was drinking a little more than he ever had before, but at dinner time, when he was trying to unwind. He still adhered to a self-imposed code of no alcohol on nights he was attending receptions or dinners, nor did he drink during the day. Other rumors about the president's behavior under stress were rife in the press room. There was even one story that he was wearing makeup to disguise an illness.
As you know, sir, the House Judiciary Committee has issued a subpoena for an additional 42 tape recordings. In my view, the White House should give the appearance of cooperation.
Well, in my view, I think we should tell the committee to go to hell.
Well, we can't do that. We can't risk a charge of concealment.
There has to be some accommodation.
You mean a compromise?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What about an abridged transcript, a summary of the relevant parts?
Good idea.
I disagree. The committee is already suspicious. Give them no more than a summary, and it's just going to make matters worse.
Oh, for God's sake, Fred. I give them those tapes, they'll just want more and more.
Sir, that is a risk we're just going to have to take.
It seems to me that we should surrender enough information from the tapes to give the impression of reasonable behavior.
What do you suggest, Fred?
We have to take the mystery out of those tapes. I suggest we offer a full verbatim transcript of the relevant material from the subpoenaed tapes.
We can't do that, Fred.
Why not?
Those are private, candid discussions. There's rough language on those tapes.
Right. You're right. That stuff was never meant for public scrutiny.
We can delete any offensive words or language.
What do you think, Al?
Well, now, that is certainly a possibility.
There'd be no principle of privilege abandoned. There'd be no precedent set.
Well, why don't you tell the committee that, in spite of their unreasonable demands, that I'm willing to meet them more than halfway?
Yes, sir. I think that'd make a big impact.
Hold on, wait a minute. Let's think about this. It's not just the committee that we have to be concerned about. This material will be leaked. It'll be given out to the public.
That's right.
This is going to cost us one hell of a lot of damage, sir.
To be sensible, Ron, if we defy the committee outright, it'll almost certainly end in a citation for contempt of Congress and impeachment. Agreed?
Agreed.
Okay. Go ahead.
He isn't just deleting bad language. He's deleting entire conversations about Watergate. I mean, look at this here. Look at that. Entire conversations.
Don't tell me. Tell the president.
The point is, sir, we have got to be consistent. The only conceivable justification for major deletions is that certain subjects are not relevant to the committee's investigation. Now, these...
Okay, Fred, you've made your point. But you must try and understand my position. A president of the United States is confronted with allegations that his top aides are involved in an obstruction of justice. What does he do? Explore every option. That's all he can do. Okay. Some of these options may sound bad. But what matters, the only thing that really matters, is the final decision.
Yes, sir, I can appreciate
the material
that,
I've been deleting is irrelevant to my actions. I was just thinking aloud. You know how it is.
Well, I don't see how we're going to explain this to the committee.
It's simple. You just insert an appropriate phrase where I've made cuts.
What sort of appropriate phrase?
Materials unrelated to presidential action deleted. How about that?
Okay.
That's precisely and exactly why I made those cuts, Fred. Don't worry about it. I take full responsibility. In giving you these records, blemishes and all, I am placing my trust in the basic fairness of the American people. I know in my own heart that through the long, painful, and difficult process revealed in these transcripts, I was trying in that period to discover what was right and to do what was right.
There's no way he's going to change his mind, sir. The new special prosecutor's made that very clear. Edited transcripts are totally unacceptable. He wants the tapes.
To hell with that. I've said this to you, Fred, and I'll say it to all of you. I'll fight the case for those tapes all the way up to the Supreme Court.
There is something else that you should know, sir.
What's that?
Well, I had a visit this morning from the special prosecutor. It would seem that he's been authorized by the grand jury to cite you as an unindicted co-conspirator in the Watergate cover-up. Apparently, he's known about this for some weeks now, but out of deference to you, he and his staff have kept quiet about it.
So why is he telling you now?
Well, if you're willing to give him 15, maybe 18 of the 64 subpoenaed tapes, he will drop the suit for the rest of them and not reveal at this time that the grand jury has named you as an unindicted co-conspirator.
Uh-huh.
He calls it a compromise. I call it blackmail.
What'd you say to him?
I said we'd have to talk to you about it. We need to know how many tapes he'll settle for and which ones he's talking about.
Well, I guess, if we agree, at least it'd put a stop to this legal stuff about the tapes.
That's right. We can see the barbed wire at the end of the street. Now we have to muster everything to cut through it.
Okay, I'll think about it.
Listen to the tapes that he wants, and then see how you feel.
How do you like this scotch, Jim? 30 years old.
Very good.
The best. How about you, Fred? Another ginger ale?
No, sir.
Fred doesn't drink. I call him the Baptist. They pay you nickels and dimes. But this is what makes it all worth it.
Are you all right, Fred?
Huh? Yeah, fine. Fine.
On June 10th, Henry Kissinger and I left for the Mideast. We landed in Cairo on June 12th in the hot afternoon sun. I began this trip recognizing the profound importance it will have for the future as far as the Mideast is concerned, and as far as the American position in the world. I was suffering from phlebitis, an inflammation of a vein in my left leg. The doctors told me that a blood clot might form and break loose into the bloodstream. That could be fatal. They urged me to return to Washington. I, of course, will not allow them to do anything that will disrupt the trip at this point. My phlebitis attack must be kept absolutely secret. The irony of it all is that, as I told Ziegler, the press, or at least most of the press, will be more obsessed with what happens with the minuscule problems involved in Watergate than they are with the momentous stakes that are involved in what I will be doing and saying in the Mideast.
And so the president's travels continue. From Egypt, he flew to Saudi Arabia, to Syria, and then to Israel. His last stop was in Jordan, where he had talks with King Hussein.
And we, in the Arab world, are grateful that you have made it. Although you know better than anyone else that the journey for peace seems to have no ending, your coming to us at this time has been perfectly timed to preserve the momentum that the American initiative had begun under your inspired and inspiring leadership.
Are you okay, sir?
Yeah. Any word on Fred Bizarre?
He's out of danger and making good progress now.
Oh, good. Well, send around some flowers, a basket of fruit, something.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Seem to be ready.
Looks to me like the president should be in the hospital with that leg, Steve. Phlebitis is a killer.
Doctors are taking good care of it.
Yeah, it's crazy him coming to Moscow in that condition. Why wasn't the trip called off?
The president's anxious to use his personal friendship with Brezhnev to advance the peace process.
Good PR, too. Kicks Watergate off the front page.
I felt more warmly toward my doomed chief than at any previous time. Whatever happened, and whoever else deserted, I had determined to stick by the president who had appointed me to high office to vindicate the continuity of government. But in the recesses of my soul, I began to feel what I am told is sometimes the attitude of survivors toward the terminally ill. I hoped that since the end was unavoidable, it would, for the sake of our country, be quick. and that if it had to happen, it would, for the sake of the president, be merciful.
Well, I got pretty bored lying in bed. Reading seemed a good idea, so I read the briefs Jim Sinclair submitted to the Supreme Court. Frankly, I'm appalled.
Appalled?
His job is to convince the Supreme Court that the president is legally entitled to withhold the subpoenaed tapes. Right? I mean, that's his function. That's why he was hired. Yes? Well, he's done a sloppy job, Al. His arguments lack any articulate reasoning. There's no intellectual muscle. There's no sense.
Fred, you worry too much. He knows what he's doing. It all went very well.
What did?
The Supreme Court thing. Everything's okay. Jim is very confident about it.
Means nothing.
In your opinion?
I've been told the Supreme Court is going to order the president to hand over all 64 of the subpoenaed tapes to Judge Sirica. All of them, Al. Every one.
That's just hearsay.
Reliable hearsay.
What are you trying to say, Fred?
Nothing. Just imparting information.
Information or rumor?
Little of both.
Okay, what else?
Well, the House Judiciary Committee is about to publish its evidence on Watergate.
I know that.
I'm told it comes to almost 4,000 pages.
Have you any idea what the evidence will be?
Well, I can hazard a reasonable guess. We know for a fact that they've done their own transcriptions of some of the president's tapes. We also know for a fact that there are substantial differences between their version and ours. Awesome differences.
Well, Fred, there are bound to be some differences. That's inevitable. After all, the president made his own edits. Secondly, they have top-quality equipment. They can hear things we
Al, don't delude yourself. They're not interested in logical explanations. They're out for his blood.
So you think the committee will vote to impeach?
Don't you? The evidence is going to be extremely damaging. We both know that.
Well, at least there is no bombshell.
Meaning what?
Well, no matter what they say, no smoking pistol has been found in the president's hand.
Not yet.
Carlos? Yeah. The bike's for Toledo.
Bring the engine and handlebars together.
Our bike business had never been better. So one day we just looked at each other and knew it was time to go public.
Who's in this meeting?
Our bankers and lawyers. Fax me those numbers.
Nervous?
Great, thank you. I'm very confident we'll continue to increase our market share next year.
Je suis d'accord avec vous.
Your red herring gives us an accurate picture of your capital needs. Where it feels right.
When are we going to hear?
All right, my friend.
Back to New York, guys.
Total pandemonium.
There it is.
Did you know that if you're not using AT&T and your 800 number goes out, it could be down for hours? If it does, to your customers, you're out of business. And all you can do about it is sit around and wait.
Hi, how may I help
But
you?
if you use AT&T 800 service, you get the AT&T 800 assurance policy. If your 800 number is ever down for any reason, only AT&T guarantees to get you back in business within an hour. The choice is yours. Keep your customers coming through on the most reliable network in the world. Or take the chance that someday things might get so quiet. Reliability, another AT&T advantage.
Monday.
Trick or treat.
His arch enemy becomes his only ally, MacGyver. Then,
Are you ready for the football?
Herschel Walker and the Vikings take on the New York Giants.
2 first-place teams on ABC's NFL Monday Night Football.
2 weeks from tonight.
Someone just shot my kid.
How could anyone have aimed a pistol at 3 little children and pulled the trigger 5 times? You had a gun.
You're wrong, Lou.
Dara Fawcett, John Shea, Ryan O'Neal, Small Sacrifices, 2 weeks from tonight.
We return now to our story as AT&T presents The Final Days.
Sit down, Fred.
Thank you, sir.
How are you? Feeling better?
Yes, I am, sir. Thank you.
Well, it's good to have you back. Thank you. Must have been a worrying time for your wife.
Yes, sir, it was.
Well, give her my best, will you?
I will, Mr. President. Thank you.
The Supreme Court decision was a bad blow. I had counted on at least one dissenting voice, but that wasn't to be. It's not only we who lost, Fred. The presidency has lost. The United States has lost. To tell you the truth, I was stunned.
Yes, sir, I can believe that.
Anyway, we need to assess the tapes that have to be turned over. June 23rd might give us a problem.
Oh?
Get right on it and get back to Al Haig.
Now, on the investigation, you know, the Democratic break-in thing, we're back to the problem area because the FBI is not under control. And they have, their investigation is now leading into some productive areas because they've been able to trace the money, not through the money itself, but through the bank. You know, sources, banker himself. And it goes in some directions we don't want it to go. The way to handle this now is for us to have the CIA call the FBI and just say, stay the hell out of this. This is business here. We don't want you to go any further on it. But that's not an unusual development. Uh-huh. And that would take care of it.
Yes, Fred, what's the matter?
We found a smoking pistol.
Are you sure?
Yeah. It's a ball game. Alderman told him a lot that day.
Fred is completely off base. There is nothing new on that tape. Everything has been disclosed in previous statements.
Yes, but...
I know what I mean, General Haig. I was telling Haldeman to make sure that the FBI did not jeopardize CIA secrets left over from the Bay of Pigs operation. That's what I meant.
Fred is making his own judgments based on what he heard on that tape. Other people are probably going to do the same.
Fred is tired. Fred is ill. Fred is the sort of man who panics too damn easily. I mean, look how he panicked last November, coming down to Florida with Lynn Garment to say I should resign. Now, that was not a considered judgment. That was a panic. Don't you agree?
Fred's opinion is not the issue here, sir. The really important matter is the Supreme Court decision. I must advise full compliance. Judge Sirica must have those tapes.
And you're being too hasty. You're not considering the full implications. I mean, isn't it possible? Just think about it. Maybe I have a constitutional duty to reject that court order. A duty to defy that court order, and thus preserve the power of this office.
That would lead directly to impeachment.
Not necessarily.
I think it would.
Okay. So what are you saying? You're saying I should just give in? Just comply with the court order? Turn over the tapes?
That's my opinion, yes.
That's it? Al?
I don't think you have any other choice, sir.
Well, in that case, I'll need to listen to those tapes. I can make a start at San Clemente.
You mean listen to all of them?
Right. All of them. I'm not giving Sirica those tapes without listening to them and reviewing them myself.
That's going to take a hell of a long time.
A few weeks.
I can't delay that long. There's no way the court will agree to that.
What do you mean, no way? You find a way. That's what I want. And it's your job to make sure I get it. Okay?
Now, on the investigation, you know, the Democratic break-in thing, we're back to the problem area because the FBI is not under control. And they have, their investigation is now leading into some productive areas because they've been able to trace the money, not through the money itself, but through the bank. You know, sources, banker himself. And it goes in some directions we don't want it to go. The Democratic break-in thing, we're back to the problem area because the FBI is not under control. And they have, their investigation is now leading into some productive areas because they've been able to trace the money, not through the money itself, but through the bank. You know, sources, banker himself. And it goes in some directions we don't want it to go.
I have reviewed the decision of the Supreme Court with the President. He has given me this statement, which he has asked me to read to you. While I am, of course, disappointed in the result, I respect and accept the Court's decision, and I have instructed Mr. St. Clair to take whatever measures are necessary to comply with that decision in all respects. I was gratified to note that the Court reaffirmed both the validity and the importance of the principle of executive privilege, the principle I had sought to maintain. As we all know, the President has always been a firm believer in the rule of law. In accordance with his instructions, the time-consuming process of reviewing the tapes will begin forthwith. Thank you.
You open that scab, there's a hell of a lot of things that we just feel that it would be very detrimental to have this thing go any further. when you get these people in, say, look, the problem is that this will open the whole Bay of Pigs thing, and the president just feels that, without going into the details, don't lie to them to the extent to say there is no involvement. Just say this is sort of a comedy of errors, bizarre, without getting into it. The president believes that it's going to open the whole Bay of Pigs thing up again, because these people are plugging for keeps, and that they should call the FBI in and say that we wish for the country. Don't go any further into this case, period. The whole Bay of Pigs thing, and the president just feels that, without going into the details, don't lie to them to the extent to say there is no involvement. Don't lie to them to the extent to say there is no involvement. Don't lie to them to the extent to say there is no involvement. Just say this is sort of a comedy of errors, bizarre, without... Okay, and just postpone the hearings. With all that garbage, just say that I have to look at the primaries. Very bad to have this fellow Hunt. He knows too damn much, and he was involved. We happen to know that. And then it gets out that this is all involved in that Cuban thing, that it's a fiasco, and it's going to make the FBI, CIA look bad. It's going to make Hunt look bad, and it's likely to blow the whole Bay of Pigs thing, which we think would be very unfortunate for the CIA and for the country at this time, and for American foreign policy. And he just better tough it out and lay it on them. Isn't that what you... I don't want them to get any ideas we're doing it because our concern is political. And at the same time, I wouldn't tell them it's not political. Right. You call them in. Good deal. Play it tough. That's the way they play it, and that's the way we're going to play it. Okay. Yeah, when I saw that news summary item, I, of course, knew it was a bunch of crap. But I thought, oh, well, it's good to have them off on this wild hair thing. Because when they start bugging us, which they have, we'll know our little boys will not know how to handle it. When you get these people in and say, look, the problem is that this will open the whole Bay of Pigs thing, and the president just feels that, without going into the details, don't lie to them to the extent to say there is no involvement. Just say this is sort of a comedy of errors. That I will faithfully execute the office.
The
president believes that it's going to open the whole Bay of Pigs thing up of the United States.
And you will, to the best of your ability.
Because these people are plugging. And I will, to the best of my ability. And that they should call the FBI in. Preserve, protect, and defend the country.
The Constitution of the United States.
Don't go any further. The Constitution of the United States.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Hugo is probably the most hellacious thing I've ever went through in my life.
The official wins were 161. It was a nightmare.
At that time, preparation started. We decided it was a definite possibility that Charleston could take a ground zero hit of Hurricane Hugo. never lost service. We never lost the ability to communicate. We lost all commercial power, and everything went away. But we still had the availability of our System 85 working, which our AT&T technicians were here with us during the storm. Everything continued to work.
Everything else went out. Our radios went out. Everything went out. The telephone stayed on. We had people calling us during the storm.
I think today we know we're in an age where technology has really advanced, but the technology is only as good as the service.
Our AT&T telephone technicians, they were here, they were working, they left their homes and their families, and they were devoted enough to this institution and AT&T to be here when we needed them to make everything work. If I had not been able to communicate with somebody else, another living person, another living body, I don't know what I would have done during that hurricane.
Eerie effects of what happened. We were able to view the clocks of a lot of these homes, and they stopped at 5:04. These huge clocks, 5:04, everywhere you looked in a building. You know, it's a time that I don't think I'll ever forget. 5:04.
When I stopped to think about AT&T and the response of AT&T, I recognized that this response was not just the field services organization or the business communications systems. It was the network organization that had thousands of trouble tickets, that rerouted calls, that provided the capability for thousands of calls to get in and out of the Bay Area.
85 stayed up and running. There was no loss of telephone communications at the hall. It was a great burden off my shoulders, because I was able to deal with other issues rather than worrying about bringing the 85 up.
I did manage to get a brief moment out to call my mother back east. And I told her, Mom, I'm alive, I'm not hurt, and I'm going to be very busy for a long time.
It makes me feel like I'm part of a big company and a big community that does and can respond, and makes me very proud.
AT&T presents The Final Days will continue in a moment.
An ABC News brief. Now from Washington, Tom Gerald.
Good evening. Off Pensacola, Florida, a T-2 training jet crashed today on the flight deck of the aircraft carrier Lexington, killing at least 4 people. 1 aircraft was destroyed on deck, 2 others damaged. On Molokai, Hawaii, all 20 bodies have been recovered from the crash of a small commuter plane carrying members of 2 high school volleyball teams. In South Africa, 70,000 people staged the biggest anti-apartheid protest in that country's history. More later on the Weekend Report.
Are the stars out tonight? I don't know if it's cloudy or bright.
The BMW 325i convertible. Along with the sun, moon, and stars, you get a car worth driving.
A 1,000 years ago, Mayan kings saw something that knocked their socks off. A Caribbean island so exciting, they were taken aback. They were all shook up. They were sent reeling. Here was every delight under the sun, not to mention the moon. So the kings built their palaces, and they called it Cancun.
I got the call in the middle of the night. My father was in intensive care. I had to be on the next plane to Chicago. I needed more credit on my Citibank Visa.
He immediately called the Citibank 800 number. He told me he needed emergency credit, and he told me why.
She got $600 approved at 3 in the morning. Citibank was there when I needed them, so I could be there when my father needed me.
Not just Visa, Citibank Visa.
Oprah explores racial tension in New York City tomorrow.
Presents The Final Days continues.
Good swim, sir?
Oh, great. Thank you. That's okay. I'll get it. Yeah.
Sir, is that you?
Oh, hi.
The Judiciary Committee has voted for impeachment, 27 to 11. They say the president engaged in a course of conduct designed to obstruct the investigation of the Watergate case. John Ehrlichman's going to prison. 20 months to 5 years. I've been talking to the lawyers. And I've been talking to Al Haig, and he thinks the lawyers are right. The point is, sir, what they're saying is if you don't resign, you're going to face conviction in the Senate. I know this sounds disloyal, but it's not. Believe me, it's not. But the circumstances are surrounding us, Mr. President. We can't ignore it. The lawyers are acting in your best interest.
Out! Get out!
I want to alert you, Jerry, that things are deteriorating. In fact, the whole ballgame may be over. You should start thinking about a change in your life.
What happened?
We've been listening to one of the president's tapes. It's catastrophic. The impact will be immediate and devastating. Are you ready, Mr. Vice President, to assume the presidency in a very short time?
Hal, if it happens, I'm prepared.
I can't tell you what's going to happen in the next 48 hours. I don't know what the president's going to do.
Do you think he's going to resign?
I can't be sure. That's our recommendation. You understand this is a very complicated matter.
Oh, I don't know what to say. I need to think.
I know. But there are some things that have to be dealt with right now. This, for example. I've been talking to some knowledgeable people on the White House staff about the question of a pardon. Whether the president should pardon himself, whether some other people should be pardoned, or if the president should be pardoned if he resigns. Well, those are the options open to us.
Well, what kind of power does the president have? Can he grant pardons to whom he chooses?
Our lawyer tells me that the president has the power to grant a pardon. It's an unrestricted power, so it can be exercised before charges are brought.
I need to talk to Jim Sinclair. I want his legal assessment of Nixon's problems. And I'll need to talk to my wife. She deserves to be brought up to date.
Well, we have to stay in contact. Don't hesitate to call me. I won't hesitate to call you. Things could break so fast that we've got to be accessible to each other.
Right. I'll be available. I'll keep my cool.
A few days after his return from San Clemente, my father asked us to join him in the Lincoln sitting room. Mother sat with her back to the windows next to my father, who was sunk in his brown chair. David and I were together on the only sofa in the room. My father said that he had asked General Haig to send over 4 transcripts of the June 23rd tape. Soon, Manolo arrived with the copies. David and I took one and went down the hall so that we could be alone to read it. Tricia and Ed, who had arrived from New York, went in the opposite direction with their copy.
I don't think your father can take much more of this.
Be strong, Ed. He's a fighter.
I saw him the other night. He was talking to these pictures.
What?
He was walking up and down right here, giving speeches and talking to the pictures on the walls.
He mustn't resign. He mustn't.
When we came back, we gave our opinions.
I don't think you can resign. I'm not the only person that...
Tricia and I were adamantly opposed to his resigning, and Ed was also opposed. David's response was to encourage my father to do what he thought was best.
We're behind you, and I'm trying to give you advice here on something that I really can't give you advice on. This is your decision. I don't think that's right. This certainly makes sense.
Everything else you've done is twisted down to suit your character assassination.
Through all this, Mother listened intently. I sensed in her a rock-like solidarity with my father and a fierce protectiveness. I'm not sure she even looked at the transcript.
Thank you all for coming. I have the tough job of bringing you some bad news. The president has been reviewing tapes. All, except one, are consistent with his previous explanations. The exception is of sufficient gravity that it warrants this briefing, and it's the tape of June 23rd, 1972, which shows that his previous explanations have been incomplete and erroneous about CIA involvement. The President has asked me to read the following statement. To the White House staff, this was a serious act of omission for which I take full responsibility and which I deeply regret. I hope you will all stay at your desks, if not out of loyalty to the President, out of loyalty to the nation. I've served with men in combat, and I can say that no men and women have been as brave as this White House staff.
You fellas in your business, you have a way of handling problems like this.
My business?
The Army. Somebody leaves a pistol in the drawer. I don't have a pistol.
Thank you for using AT&T.
Ginger, miss me? I miss you.
There's nothing like the warmth of a call from a best friend.
I know you'll be waiting at the window till I get home. My plane's about to leave, and I'm on my way. You know, Ginger, I'm glad I got you this AT&T answering machine, because I know how lonely it gets.
The uncompromising clarity and reliability of AT&T products and services take you right there and keep you this close.
Did you know that if you're not using AT&T and your 800 number goes out, it could be down for hours? If it does, to your customers, you're out of business. And all you can do about it is sit around and wait.
Hi, how may I help you?
But if you use AT&T 800 service, you get the AT&T 800 assurance policy. If your 800 number is ever down for any reason, only AT&T guarantees to get you back in business within an hour. The choice is yours. Keep your customers coming through on the most reliable network in the world. Or take the chance that someday things might get so quiet. Reliability, another AT&T advantage.
There are certain shapes in this world that shine above the rest, remaining proud, vulnerable, classic, mysterious, and arresting. Telly Savalas returns as Kojak this Saturday on the ABC Saturday Mystery.
You ready, Lighty?
As ready as I'll ever be.
Because in 1 week, this man is coming to New York City. It's the network television premiere, Crocodile Dundee, in 1 week.
We return now to AT&T Presents The Final Days.
On Monday, August 5th, we had dinner on the Sequoia. It was obvious that my father did not want to talk about the telephone report he was waiting for. A report that would tell him whether or not he still had congressional support in the wake of the release of the June 23rd tape. After dinner, my father went below and lay down in one of the staterooms. Rose called Al Haig to get the congressional reaction. Then she went below to report.
Who is it?
It's Rose, sir.
Oh, come on in. Well,
General Haig says it's coming about the way we expected.
well, Rose, there goes the presidency.
I called the president's doctor. Told him not to give him any pills, tranquilizers, sleeping pills. We need his mind sharp and clear. Couldn't afford it.
He won't try to kill himself.
That wasn't what I had in mind. Well, obviously that crossed my mind. We wouldn't want Watergate to end in a presidential suicide.
No, deep down, the president is a very religious man. Religious men don't kill themselves.
Wish I knew him better. Wonder what he thinks about when he's all alone.
He gave me some tapes once. Some dictabelts. Never asked me what I thought of them. Never made any comment at all. It was like listening to a private confession. Nothing to do with Watergate. Just his fears and obsessions. A catalog of his inadequacies as a man. Those tapes were never meant for anyone else's ears. He wouldn't even let Rose transcribe them. I never realized what an introvert he is. How isolated. To tell you the truth, I was embarrassed by the insights those tapes gave me. I could imagine him sitting there all alone, pouring those dark thoughts into a tape recorder. Strange.
Dear Daddy, I love you. Whatever you do, I will support. I'm very proud of you. Please wait a week or even 10 days before you make this decision. Go through the fire a little longer. You are so strong. I love you, Julie. Millions support you.
Oh, come in, Henry. Henry, I've decided to resign the presidency effective noon on Friday. We'll need to notify foreign governments tonight, immediately. And I would like to send special messages to the leaders of China, the Soviet Union, and the Middle Eastern countries.
I'll see to it right away.
They'll be asleep in Cairo and Tel Aviv. 8 weeks ago, they lined their streets in the thousands and tens of thousands to cheer me. That was a great triumph, Henry.
It was.
8 short weeks, triumph to disaster. Henry, I'm not sure I'll be able to resign. Can I be the first president to quit office?
Whatever you decide, you will always be respected as one of the finest statesmen this country has ever known.
Do you think history will treat me kinder than my contemporaries?
Certainly. Definitely. When all this is over, you will be remembered for the peace you have achieved. All foreign leaders regard you as a man who has shown the greatest distinction in international diplomacy. Watergate is not going to change that. Your reputation is secure.
Yes, but, what have I done? What have I done to this country and its people? Everything is so confused. I don't understand how all of this happened. How can a simple burglary lead to all of this?
I know you are not a courageous man by nature, but throughout your political career you have shown remarkable courage. You have made tough decisions and you've never faltered. Don't lose that courage now, sir.
Henry, I know you're not a very orthodox Jew. And I am not an Orthodox Quaker. But, we need to pray. God, grant. What have I done?
Nixon had set himself a goal beyond human capacity to make himself over entirely, to create a new personality as if alone among all of mankind he could overcome his destiny. But the gods exacted a fearful price for this presumption. And ultimately, he learned what the Greeks had known, that the worst punishment can be having one's wishes fulfilled too completely. You are a great patriot, Mr. President, and a great peacemaker. You've never lost sight of the ideals you believe in. You will go down in history as one of the great peacemakers of all time.
Maybe, there'll be a role for me in government. What do you think? Advisor, perhaps? Special ambassador?
Well, yes. Who knows, yes. I'm sure it's possible.
Henry, you know you must stay here and carry on with Jerry the things that you and I have started. The whole world will need reassurance that my leaving will not change our policies. They don't know anything about Jerry Ford. You must tell them how strongly he has supported my foreign policy.
Very well, sir.
Henry, please don't ever tell anyone that I cried or that I wasn't strong.
Your father has decided to resign.
Okay. We're going back to California.
We're all very proud of you, Daddy.
no man who ever lived had a more wonderful family than I have. This cuts it off, Dad. We'll go out to California. They'll leave us alone.
No, they won't, sir. I know these people. I worked in the U.S. Attorney's office in New York and went to school with some of them. They're very smart and they're tough. But most of all, sir, they hate you with a passion. And they will hound you and harass you for the rest of your life.
Well, let's hope I can take it like a man. Come in. Oh, I asked Ollie to come. Ollie, take a few shots.
Mr. Ziegler said I've got to photograph absolutely everything.
Yes, that's right. For history. How do you want us, Ollie? Some sort of group shot or what?
Well, that's up to you, sir.
What do you think?
Maybe we should all stand up and link arms.
Yes, that's a good idea. Rose, would you have Manolo send some food up on a tray? Where should we go, Ollie? Over there by the window? What about over here by the piano? What do you think? Well, by the piano. That's best. Between the piano and the French doors. How about that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, everybody. Over here. Come on. Come on, everybody. Over here. Julie, you come over on one side. David. Tricia and Ed to the other side. Pat, me in the middle. Julie, you go to the left. Okay, let's all bunch together. Link arms. Okay,
That's fine, Mr. President.
I can't, Daddy, I can't.
It'll only take a few seconds. Keep moving, Ollie.
I don't want to be photographed like this.
Try again, Ollie. Keep going till you get a good one. Come on, everybody. Come on, smile now. Come on.
That's fine, sir. I think we've got enough, Mr. President. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Well, thank you all.
I love you, Daddy.
Will I be prosecuted, Fred? What do you think?
Impossible to say. I'm not sure what's going to happen.
Well, if they want to put me in jail, let them. At least it'd give me time to do some thinking. And writing, huh? All the best writing done by politicians has been done from jail. It's true. Think about it. I mean, Gandhi. Take Gandhi. Gandhi's an interesting example. I mean, if they send me to jail, I'll be sort of a political prisoner, just like Gandhi. And like him, I've been persecuted. Persecuted, don't you agree?
I do.
Persecuted, Fred.
If any other president had been investigated as thoroughly as you, God knows what would have been uncovered.
That's right.
The press has been especially tough on you. All the usual restraints have been ignored.
What matters to me, Fred, is the loyalty and respect and affection of those close to me. The people here at the White House. They come in here crying. I ought to be the one crying. I don't want anyone crying. I'll tell you something. Do you know what happened last night? Last night, the Secretary of State and President of the United States got down on their knees and prayed. And I'll tell you something else. I couldn't have done it without my family. God, am I proud of my family. They wanted me to fight all the way. Well, that's what I wanted. Well, you know that. I've never been a quitter. I hate quitting. Whittier High School, I made the football team by being the 11th man to turn out for the squad. I wasn't much good, but I didn't quit. And I made the team. And track, too. I remember there was a foot race that I was damn sure that I couldn't finish. But I pushed myself. God, did I push myself. I didn't win, but I didn't come in last either. I didn't quit.
They're ready for you in the Oval Office now, Mr. President.
Thank you, Steve. Oh, there was something you wanted to tell me. What was it?
I received a call from John Wilson, Bob Haldeman's lawyer.
Yeah.
Regarding this thing about the pardon.
No pardons. Okay. You call him. You tell him. No pardons will be granted. And that's the end of it. Okay. Do you think I'm doing the right thing?
No, sir.
You support me?
Yes, sir. But you should hang in there.
Well, I've made up my mind.
Two minutes to air.
South lawn, I'll use you for a beauty until straight up. Then I'll goes to camera 2, fresh out of the sea.
Both desk mics are working. Walker has 2 mics out for us, and I run a backup.
Fine, one of the 2 desks is for a backup anyway. Is the prompter up and ready?
Yes, and the corrections have been made.
Okay, you're a little low on the overall bid on camera 2. You need more light on the easel.
Are those lights set properly? They're a bit, they're shining in my eyes a bit. Sure. Oh, thank you. Thank you, that's fine.
Not too hot over here. Yeah, tell him there's a shadow still. We're seeing a shadow.
1 minute to air.
Okay, looks good. Is he ready for us? Nose to kill. It'll be cue to talk at 40 after the hour.
My friend Ollie always likes to take a lot of pictures of me. I'm afraid he'll catch me picking my nose. But he wouldn't print that. Would you, Ollie? I mean Ollie.
No, sir.
Well, that's enough. No more pictures, that's enough.
30 seconds to air and 1:10 to the press.
Is the Secret Service in the room?
Yes, sir. Just me, sir.
Out.
Start countdown. 10,
You don't have to stay.
9,
Yes, sir.
8,
You're
7,
required to.
6,
Yes, sir.
5, 4, 3,
Don't
2,
worry.
1.
I was just kidding.
10 to the press. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Cue the press.
Good evening. This is the 37th time I have spoken to you from this office, where so many decisions have been made that have shaped the history of our nation. From the discussions I have had with congressional and other leaders, I have concluded that because of the Watergate matter, I might not have the support of the Congress that I would consider necessary to back the difficult decisions and carry out the duties of this office in the way the interests of the nation will require. Therefore, I shall resign the presidency effective at noon tomorrow. Vice President Ford will be sworn in as president at that hour in this office.
Our only clue was an old picture of a restaurant in Paris where Tim's parents got married. Tim got called to Paris to cover the bicentennial. Instead of missing his folks' 50th anniversary, we came up with a plan. Find the restaurant. So maybe pull this thing off.
Okay, go ahead and give her a kiss. Great, happy.
I'm so glad you made that call.
AT&T Long Distance. No one else gives you this remarkable power to manage your world. No one.
Thank you for using AT&T.
So Dad had to leave all of a sudden for this big party in Paris. But I made sure he didn't miss anything back here.
Facts in the article about the baseball game, your dad?
Sure am.
Billy, great news on the game. I'm really proud of you. This is Tim Harris, and I'm standing at the Block Hotel.
I just saw you on TV.
What'd you think?
I think I'm an assistant about 4'3".
AT&T Long Distance. No one else gives you this remarkable power to manage your world. No one.
Thank you for using AT&T.
I don't know. It looks like a bunch of old timbers. Take a break, guys. I'll make a phone call.
Hello? You found what? No, don't move it. I'll be right there. Don't worry, I'll call my old professor.
Professor Cornell?
We've got a major find
The
here.
two worlds of archaeology and architecture seem to have collided today.
Given me until Monday to find out more.
They can't do that. I'll call Washington.
AT&T. The place is literally crawling with activity, and from what I understand, time is limited.
We're getting there, but we need more.
We're trying.
Showing us a face, it's face.
Thursday. Stop Star Wars assault. With an astrology charts.
My horoscope is totally favorable.
Mission impossible. Then,
Your facility with that six-shooter is the stuff of legend.
a tall tale.
Every quick draw and hired gun in the territory is going to be coming for you.
The Young Riders. Thursday.
And now the conclusion of AT&T presents The Final Days.
Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the United States of America and Mrs. Nixon. Mr. and Mrs. David Eisenhower. Mr. and Mrs. Edward Cox.
members of the cabinet, members of our White House staff, all of our friends here. You are here today to say goodbye to us. And we don't have a good word for it in English. The best is au revoir. We will see you again. I look around here, I see so many people on the staff that you know I should have been by your office and shaken hands. And I would have loved to have talked to you and found out how to run the world. Everybody always wants to tell the president what to do. And boy, he needs to be told many times. But I want you to know that each and every one of you I know is indispensable to this government. I am proud of this cabinet. I am proud of our White House staff. Like I said last night, sure, we have done some things wrong in this administration. And the top man always takes responsibility, and I have never ducked it. But I would like to say we can be proud of it. 5.5 years, and not one man or woman came into this administration and left it with more of this world's goods than when he came in. No man or no woman ever profited at the public expense or at the public till. And that says something about you. Mistakes, yes, but for personal gain, never. You did what you believed in. Sometimes right, sometimes wrong. And I only wish that I were a wealthy man. At the present time, I've got to find a way to pay my taxes. And if I were, I would like to recompense you for the sacrifices that all of you have made to serve in government. There is one thing I'd like for you to tell your young people. You know, people come in and say, what will I tell my kids? And they look around and they see the mistakes that are made. They get the impression that everyone is here for the purpose of feathering his own nest. That is why I made this earlier point. Not in this administration, not one single man or woman. And I say to them, there are many fine careers. This country needs good farmers, good businessmen, good plumbers. I remember my old man. I think they would have called him sort of a little man, a common man. He didn't see himself that way, though. You know what he was? He was a streetcar motorman first. Then he was a farmer. Then he owned a lemon ranch. It was the poorest lemon ranch in California, I can assure you. He sold it before they found oil on it. And then he was a grocer. But he was a great man because he did his job. And every job counts up to the hilt, regardless of what happened. Nobody will ever write a book, probably about my mother. Well, I guess all of you could say this about your mother. My mother was a saint. And I think of her, 2 boys dying of tuberculosis, nursing 4 others in order that she could take care of my older brother for 3 years in Arizona. And watching them die. And when they died, it was like one of her own. Yes. She will have no books written about her. But she was a saint. Now, however, we look to the future. As you know, I kind of like to read books. I'm not educated, but I do read books. And here is a little quote from Theodore Roosevelt I found while reading my last night in the White House. And this quote is about a young man. He was a young lawyer from New York, and he married a lovely girl, and they had a lovely daughter, and then suddenly she died. And here is what he wrote. This was in the diary. He said, "She was beautiful in face and form, and lovelier still in spirit. As a flower she grew, and as a fair young flower she died. And when my heart's dearest died, the light went from my life forever." That was Theodore Roosevelt in his 20s. He thought the light had left his life forever. But he went on. And he not only became president, but as ex-president, he served his country, always in the arena, tempestuous, strong, sometimes wrong. But he was a man. And as I leave, I think that is something that we all should remember. We think that when someone dear to us dies, we think that when we lose an election, we think that when we suffer a defeat, all is lost. We think, as T.R. said, the light had left his life forever. Not so. It is only a beginning, always. The young must know it, the old must know it. It must always sustain us. Because the greatness comes not when things always go good for you, but the greatness comes and you are really tested when you take some knocks, when disappointments come, when sadness comes. Because only if you have been in the deepest valley can you ever know how magnificent it is to be on the highest mountain. And so I say to you on this occasion, as we leave proud of the people who have stood by us and worked for us and served their government. We want you to be proud of what you have done. We want you to continue to serve in government if that is your wish. Always give your best. Never get discouraged. Never be petty. Always remember, others may hate you, but the ones that hate you can't win unless you hate them. And then you destroy yourself.
Wednesday.
Maybe I should get out of your way, Doctor. Maybe.
Duke, we're libido slaves to something that's bigger than all of us.
David, did you take out the trash?
Doogie Howser, MD. Then.
You went like this, and the rest is history.
I used sex?
Not sex. Those.
Anything but love. Then, find out about Fergie, the Duchess of York, Kathleen Turner, and Ted Danson.
I'm sweating profusely, so I guess the answer is yes.
The all-new Barbara Walters special, Wednesday night.
But boy, at 7 o'clock, you're waking up America.
Yes, she's just as nice in person as she appears to be on television.
The nice part about our show is that you're just yourself.
ABC News investigations. Strong, exclusive, and deadly accurate. Important reports you shouldn't miss. Monday, learn how a Soviet spy ring stole vital U.S. military secrets for 20 years. Watch Peter Jennings on ABC's World News Tonight, Monday.
This is Charles Gibson. Tomorrow, the evolution of horror movies, plus the talented Lily Tomlin. Then later in the week, Michael Caine, George Burns, and Oprah Winfrey on Good Morning America.
Watch the Weekend Report tonight on most of these ABC stations. This is ABC.
Coming up next on Action News.